Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Talkin Kop. I'm Gav, Emma, Keith, and Shawnee are with me. It's Sunday night. Fulham 1, Liverpool 3 from Craven Cottage. Liverpool winning games. Winning games. Happy, happy, happy days. 5 league games to go. Level on points with Arsenal. City, with a game in hand, sit 1 point behind us, I think it is. We are going to go through it all, have a look at it, and see how we feel about it all. Kev, Matt, Ashley covered the post match earlier on. That is available to watch and download if you want to, where they cover all the bits and pieces, where we just do more general stuff and then fuck off at about 11 o'clock. That's how we roll. Emma, I'm going to start with you. Liverpool winning a game of football. Jesus, it was like, it feels
Good
like
old days.
years since we fucking won a game of football. But it was a good win.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was. It was an enjoyable watch as well. I have the last few games haven't really been. It's been frustrating. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but a hell of a lot better than what it's been for the last few games. And yeah, winning games. And I don't think it ever looked like we were going to lose it or even drop point. I know we were saying beforehand, even when Fulham came back into it, I still thought I had that feeling again. It was back after about 4 weeks that we're still going to go and win this. So, yeah, happy days.
Keith, there's no margin for error. There's no kind of, you take a draw and you move on. It's not like there's 10, 12 games to go. We're down to the last 5 now after today. And, we went away and we won in Europe during the week, but it wasn't enough. I thought we started that game well and kind of the game just drifted away from us and we looked very one-dimensional. But today we looked a little bit different. Looked a little bit more energy, and we get onto the team a little bit. But, you know, just for me today, Keith, it was just about win the game. But I thought we were quietly good in winning that game. It wasn't like it was a bit very, very, edgy fucking game and we were shy, but we managed to get out. I thought we were quietly good in that.
Yeah, well, back. I thought we were good today. We're a much changed team that we maybe wouldn't have, seen. And I think lately we've looked at teams when we've made a few changes that hasn't really worked out for us. But I think a couple of players, Ryan Gravenberch, for example, I think had a really good game today, one of his best games for us. And we need that. We need players to come in and dig in and play and want to nail down a spot. We've been coasting through games too much recently, and today I felt we were, well, not back to our best, but we were certainly a lot more intense, I think. And I think a lot of players, some of the players coming back from injury as well, I thought were more at it as well. So we looked better today. It was a tricky game. I think Fulham is always a tricky game. I was at the game in Anfield this season, and we win a 4-3, and it was a great day with 4 great goals, but 86 minutes or something, and we were 3-2 down, So they're not an easy team. They beat us there in the League Cup, I think, didn't they? Even though we went through, I think they bet us at Craven
No, it
Cottage.
was 1-0.
No, 1-1 on the
Well,
night.
no, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, it's not an easy place to go, and I think we dealt with it well. I think it was a good game. I think it was a good performance. And you just hope that that's the little bit of momentum we can carry into the next game and the next game that we haven't seen recently. We've seen momentum sapped out of us by getting beaten in games and sleepwalking in games. I don't think we sleepwalked. We were worth our lead. We didn't look like conceding too early. We gave away a sloppy one, but we got back on top, and that was the main thing. I always say a goal on half time or just after half time is a fucking killer because it can just sap your energy or it can throw your plan out the window. And I felt we came out in the second half and we really just got back at it, and that's what I enjoyed today. But yeah, good to be back.
Shawnee, Carl Robinson says there, Klopp got that first 11 bang on today, and I've seen a lot of people describe it as a brave 11 that he picked. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it was kind of, this has to be done at this stage. Where did you sit on it? Brave or a necessity?
Necessity was, I think, a few of the lads he's left out either in the red or just not been performing up to scratch. I'm not going to come on and start lambasting players after a win. It doesn't really make sense. It's not, but I just think Curtis Jones' form since coming back from injury has been poor in the games he started and even his cameos. And Sabazloi hasn't been at it either. And Mo pretty much the same. And McAllister just in the red, just played an awful lot of football. So wasn't too surprised to see him left out, to be honest with you. Kwanzaa Kanate, like, it speaks volumes to Kwanzaa that, like, well, I don't really shake at the idea of him starting games, to be honest with you. It doesn't really, obviously Kanate is really, really good, but if I see Kanate and Kwanzaa in the first 11, I'm not worried. Like, the lad, yeah, he made a mistake against United, but let's be honest, I've seen Verge doing that in 1920 in the year when we won the league and he was imperious. So yeah, starting lineup, I wasn't really surprised. The midfield looks a bit mad when you look at it, because I'm not sure whether that we've had a lot of mix and matches midfields, but that may have featured in probably a Carabao Cup game. I don't know whether that was a league. There's been a league game where the three of those games boys started. I'm not actually sure, but the three of them performed, and I think that's exactly what we needed. I think today is just about winning. You can talk about the title picture and everything else, but it was just about getting 3 points, and that's what the Arsenal result done yesterday. Basically, just meant that we have to win. And look, we've 5 left, and we're gonna need 15 points if we've any hope of winning the league. So yeah, look, it's a what should have been what you consider a routine away win for Liverpool this season, but the last couple of weeks kind of probably planted a few seeds of doubt in people's head in terms of, is the team at its limitation, are the legs gone? But today was, I'd say, a pleasant surprise to see that the energy level seemed to be back, and there was phases of play where Liverpool were winning the ball high up in the pitch, which is something we haven't done. That the intensity seemed to kind of have deserted us since the last international break. So yeah, delighted, and I'm with Keith, Emmett as well. Keith and Emmett, Fulham away is a pig of a game, and normally always is. We've notoriously had a few tough games there. I don't remember going there and just blasting them out of the park. Doesn't really happen.
The last time we done it was
so yeah,
was Maxi Rodriguez got a hat trick.
Yeah, that'll tell you.
10, 11, maybe some.
Yeah, that'll tell you. Like, that'll tell you. I remember, I think we played him there on Paddy's Day as well one year, and Milner gets a late penalty.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's 18.
So
19.
like, it's 18, 19. Yeah, so look, and then obviously the first game of the season last year, we come unstuck there, so it can happen. They're a well coached side. I do rate Marco Silva. I think he's really good. I'm not entirely sure that we're really sitting at the table. I like the look of some of the players. Your man Muniz looks a real player. From what I've seen of him this year. So look, just back on the wagon now. I know we got a win the other night in Bergamo, but like, it wasn't what we needed, so it feels like a loss. But it was a win and a clean sheet. And just hopefully now we can carry this into Wednesday and get a little bit of momentum, because we don't really have time to get momentum up. We just have to win the fucking games now and see where we end up, isn't it? Like, this is the shy thing about being out of your hands. This is the shy thing about dropping stupid points away to United and at home to Palace, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is, and that's where we've ended up. And of course, Arsenal get that win away at Wolves. City still have that game in hand to the play. I don't know when they play Thursday. I think it's against Brighton. But we also play midweek, so the City game's coming somewhere near the end of the season, isn't it?
Spurs is there.
Yeah, second last day of the season. I think it's or midweek before the last game of the season. I think they play. But Emma, just back to you. You know, Sam says there are 2 big things today. We got the first goal and didn't concede early. Makes the game a lot more easier for us, in my opinion, despite them scoring near half time. And yeah, we've touched on a couple of players that started there, and you know, when you look at it, you're kind of going, Jesus, he's gone Gakpo, he's gone Jota, he's gone Diaz, and switch Diaz over, and you know, then you have the likes of Elliott, who's been crying out for a start. You've got Gravenberch, who I was wondering over the last week what's going on with him, but he comes back in, you know, and I think it is. I'm with Shawnee. I think it is a necessity as to what he had to do. Is there a double-edged sword to this though? Because, you know, they have all the data. We know all this, but Mo Salah wants to play every game. You know what I mean? Alexis McAllister probably wants to play every game. Darwin Núñez probably they all want to play every game. You know what I mean? Even though all the data is telling you, look, you're in the red or whatever it might be. But is it a double-edged sword? Because them boys are now looking going, well, Elliott had a really good game. He gets an assist. Gravenberch gets a goal. Jota gets a goal. Diaz was a threat again. Gakpo was really good. So as much as you're resting players, Emma, you're showing to them, listen, we'll go wherever we need to go here for the last 5. Book her up, or we'll just keep playing other lads, because I don't think Salah and Nunez were very good when they come on. The sort of way. So is it a double-edged sword here where he's rested, but he's also laid down a little bit of marker, which he can do now because he's 5 games left. Like, he won't care who he upsets or doesn't upset. Loyalty's out the window.
When you say double-edged sword, what do you mean? So
what I mean by it is that, like, saying Salah or Nunez, where you say you're getting a rest. So you are getting a rest, right? But at the same time, it's a little bit of a, you're not playing.
well,
Haven't been good
it's a
enough.
double-edged sword for them. It's not a double-edged
Yeah, that's what I mean.
sword
That's what I mean
us,
for the players,
the
yeah.
management.
For the players, yeah.
100%. If you're not like, I would doubt he would say he's telling them that it's because they haven't been performing well enough. He would probably wrap it up in a case of, look, you've probably too many minutes in your legs, but like everybody knows it's because they haven't been pulling up trees. But it only stands to benefit the team, and I think that everybody that actually came in today probably made a case for them to start again on Tuesday. Is it a case that we have 2 games so close together that he's resting them for them to play Tuesday? I don't know. You would think so, maybe with McAllister. But I look, and I know he's been a great servant, and like
Wednesday.
7 seasons of 20. Oh, is it Wednesday? Sorry,
Yeah,
Wednesday. I'm shocked. We only get a 48-hour break normally.
Yeah, but no, it's only Man City that are allowed to show disgrace out of fixture list.
All right,
We
okay.
aren't.
But I think Salah, like, I think could probably do with a little bit of a rest out. Look, he's been taking him off, so why not bring him on? Like, mix it up a bit. But I think, and I said it to you before we came on, when the lineup went out, there were a few heads falling off, including my own, because I thought, ooh, Elliott and Gravenberch. I thought you might bring in Elliott or Gravenberch, and then maybe, and I know Szoboszlai and Jones haven't been playing, but and I said it to you, it's all about, he's massive on rhythm, and was zero rhythm in that midfield, and thankfully I was proved wrong. Then I checked the actual starting lineup against them at Craven Cottage in the second leg of the semi-final, and Gravenberch and Elliott both started in midfield with McAllister in the 6. Gakpo also started as well, and so did Kwanzaa. So when you actually look at it, it's like, well, we've gone here before with these players, and we've got a result. I know it was 1-1, but we ended up going through. So it didn't look too bad. But I think it's great that we now have these, because like the likes of Jones hasn't come back and set the world on fire, and everybody's is straight back onto that bandwagon of he's not good enough. He was good enough earlier on in the season. A lot of people said he should be one of the first names in the midfield.
Just looks off the pace since he come back.
He's not hit the ground running when he's come back, but that happens. Do you know what I mean? But it's great to have the options. And I thought none of the lads that went out there today did themselves kind of any damage in terms of possibly starting the game again. Will they? I don't know. I think you probably see McAllister come back in to start again, but you might see Elliott and Gravenberch keep Szoboszlai and Jones out of the team for a game or two. I thought I agree with Keith. Gravenberch, I thought, had a really, not outstanding game, but I thought he had a really good game, and I agree. It's probably one of his better performances with us since he's been with us. It was kind of went under the radar, kind of what he was doing, and I don't want to say and get pelters for saying it was a Gini Wijnaldum type of performance, but it was a kind of he did the work that kind of goes unnoticed, doesn't get the man of the match awards, that kind of stuff, getting his toe in, like that drop of the shoulder and then just leaving them for dead in midfield. I love that shit. And that's one thing that he's very good at, is when he receives the ball. And Gakpo, it's obviously a Dutch thing. When Gakpo does it as well, is they try and get the ball as far away. They get their body in between them and the player and the ball, and keep the player as far away from the ball as possible. And I just thought, he impressed today. I wouldn't mind seeing him getting another.
He had a 90% pass success rate today, Gravenberch.
Yeah.
So
and
quietly, he just sort of kept it
goal.
going. Yeah, he kept it ticking over, didn't he? Very Wijnaldum-esque.
Someone needs to send a note to the Axe telling them that one of them's going to need to change the colour of their boots. I was getting them mixed up all day.
Yeah,
Gakpo and Gravenberch. They're both very similar, the way they are on the ball as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. I'm sure someone in the chat
Get them out. Yeah.
will look
Strongly
after.
worded letter.
Avo's normally over the exit, isn't he?
I
So
was always hanging around. Yeah, I think they have a bar in Northern
slipping out
Leinster
into
now.
one of the lockers.
Yeah, I'm over changing a hinge on a locker. Carl Robinson is in the chat, and I'm not going to read out any of his comments or anything, but he can count Shawnee's course meter at the moment. I don't know what we're at. We just keep seeing that out of 5 every time Shawnee shows up. So, Shawnee, you're at 40 quid. Is that all right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, well, Carl's counting it. Anyway, Keith, want to talk about a couple of players that, have been returning, and, we're always a bit wary of players returning, hitting the ground running and stuff, but I want to talk about Trent today. 7 out of 10 game for me. But he shows, we'll get onto the goal in a minute, but he shows early on, balls pulled back to him early on, he puts a fucking absolute, like, as lads would call it, a buffet ball to Diaz, and it's not the worst header in the world. He should probably score. But Trent, Keith, came in, solid enough, good on the ball, drifted into that position as he always does, and that's the way we work when he plays, which is absolutely fine. It's a massive difference to Bradley, who stays wide and gets up and down the pitch. But you could see his qualities again, Keith, couldn't you? And you could see how fearful Fulham were of him when he got the ball, and then he pops that one in the top corner, and you could put fucking 3 keepers in, they just aren't saving it.
Yeah, look, I think Trent has probably had to come back a lot quicker than he intended, or they've had to maybe rush him back with Bradley getting the injury. I think they might have eased him in. And I think he's struggled since he's come back, to be honest. I think, we were starting to see little green shoots. He was doing some good passes. The raking ball from right full into the left winger, like that we've come accustomed to him. But I thought today was solid. I thought he was really good today. The goal was great. And the goal, when Trent scores a goal, it always sort of not justifies him as this sort of player. You have something that you can pin down and say, well, there you go. He's a great passer of the ball, but he also whips in free kicks like that. He doesn't do them enough, in my opinion, but then maybe it's too picky. You know what I mean? Like, you're expecting free kicks. No one ever scores bleeding every free kick they take.
Except for Janino at Leon. He's just scored.
Yeah, but even if you look, Janino was great. If you look at the numbers, but like James Ward-Prowse, I think, is the all-time Premier League scorer. Is he for free kicks? Did he? Oh, I think Beckham or something.
I'll look it up now while you're talking there.
He was close to Beckham anyway for number of free kick goals scored. So, you assume these fellas are scoring 20 frees a season and they're not, you know what I mean? So, like Trent, I think he should score more free kicks, but I'm not expecting miracles out of him. So, when you see that today, I thought it was a lovely goal. I thought his play was good. There'll always be little gaps when Trent plays, and I think you just have to, accept that there will be, attacks coming down that side because he vacates the space on instruction. He's told to go invert into the midfield, and I think he's starting to play ball a bit better than he has gradually coming back from the injury, and that can only be good for us. That can only bode well because we've got a busy period coming up. Can he play every game? He's going to have to. There's 5 left, is it?
Yep.
5 games left. There's no reason why he can't. I know we've busy scheduled 3 games this week or whatever, but I think he can do it. And I think today was the sign that he's getting back to his best. And once he keeps that up, we'll always have a chance. I've been a big fan of Bradley, and I think he's been brilliant. You don't get the incisive passing that Trent gives you. You get a different type of play. You get the direct running, you get the power down that right side where he'll run and latch onto them. But Trent, when he's on form, is just a different beast altogether. And I thought we saw the sort of 4 signs of coming back to that today. So yeah, it was a good performance by Trent. And when he caps her off with a goal, can't be argued with.
Just says that Trent now has 100 goal involvements for Liverpool. Ridiculous. He's a right back.
I saw something about the goals and assists from defenders since 2016 or something. Trent is 10 ahead of the next player, who's Robertson, who I think is 20 odd ahead of the next player. The success that Klopp has built Liverpool on really has been through the fullbacks creating chances, and it's been absolutely unbelievable to see. Will it be the same next year? Who knows? It'll be exciting as well to see what happens there. But yeah, Trent back to his best.
Seen him today.
Ward-Prowse has 7 now, unless he's scored one since the 16th of February, and I'm trying to look. He has 17 free kick goals. Beckham is on 18. So
Okay.
one behind
So
them.
He's
one behind.
close.
Unless he scored one since the
I
16th
don't
of
think so.
February.
I don't even
we
think he
would.
gets a game these days.
He does. He still gets a game, but I don't know if he's on the free
scored,
kicks.
he scored
Shawnee,
against Wolves.
when I was watching Trent today, it got me thinking. He's become fairly vocal, hasn't he, in the media? I've seen him doing the overlap stuff and different interviews and the Predator stuff, and then it got me thinking. And only because I've seen him around a bit more than he usually is, and I was thinking of the contract and stuff like that. He's under contract. Does he have a contract in 2025?
Yeah.
So he's a year.
He's not going anywhere.
No, I was just thinking, like, he's vice captain at Liverpool. He was given that by Klopp's last season. I'm presuming he'll stay as that under a new manager, with Virgil still as the captain and stuff like that. You've kind of answered me. I'm not worried over this contract situation because there's him, there's Van Dijk, there's Alisson, there's a few there where, the contract stuff has come up. We haven't spoken about it in ages, but we're back today and just being that bit more vocal in the media, getting out there a bit more. Not worried over it at all, Shawnee?
No, not at all. No, he's Liverpool through and through. And the money it would take to get him out of Liverpool, I don't think anyone has it at the moment, to be honest with you.
Would a year left in the deal, though?
Into it. I think he'll sign a new deal. I think he'll be handsomely rewarded. I still think he's the premium right back in world football. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. And I'm not getting charged for that because that's a fiver in advance. It wasn't up as 40, so I'm taking
That's a freebie. That's a free hit.
Wow.
That's a free hit for you.
Shawnee's fucking rang his accountant there while he was being quiet. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, look, anyone knows me how much I love Trent. Not a dig at Bradley, who's been a brilliant deputy, but there's differences in the game. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, watching Liverpool and me the free kick. I think it was the City game, and I'm thinking, it'd be great to have Trent like this way. And McAllister's had a couple of sighters, but that's the difference. He's a maverick and he is a game changer. That's exactly what he is, and he can turn a 0-0 into a 1-0 as quick and turn a game on its head with his dead balls prowess. So yeah, he done that today when we were kind of him and Han huffing and puffing, and he opens up a game and what a free! He just paintbrush strokes it into the top corner. He makes it look so easy. The word generational is thrown around loads, but I do definitely think it applies to Trent, and I'm not worried at all about the contract situation. I'd imagine that will be maybe one of the first parts of call for the new hierarchy when they're sorting things out. There's a couple of big decisions to be made around contracts, definitely, but I think Trent is probably the easiest of them all. I don't.
I think people link him to Madrid because he comes out and he says that Jude Bellingham was one of his closest friends at the England camp, and of course when you say that, of course you're immediately linked to Real Madrid. And with a year left on it, Madrid are known for fucking getting in people's ears and dirty tactics and everything. But I know as you said, there's a new hierarchy coming in, and from the manager up, literally from the manager up to the very top to the owner.
I wonder will that impact on his decision?
I would say that he's probably, if there's a contract there, it's probably being done and dusted. They usually go in heavy with 18 months on them and look to get them done before the season is out. So look, it might be a case of we'll announce at the end of the season or whatever it might be. I would get very worried though if we started next season and Trent hadn't signed the deal, because I'm nearly sure it's down to a year. I think.
Yeah, it's 2025. I'm looking at it here now.
Yeah, Van Dijk I think it's 2025, but I think Alisson might be 2026.
No. Oh yeah.
No,
Salah,
Alisson's 2027.
Oh, Alisson's 2027.
Alisson's 2027. Yeah, so Van Dijk, Trent,
and Salah
and Costas
are all 2025.
2025.
Pay that contract off ourselves.
26 is Robbo and Konate, and then anything after that is 27 onwards.
Scouts a piece of saying 0-0 should be an automatic €10 fine to anyone saying it's 0-0. Well, it's not. It's 0-0.
0-0.
Everyone has 0.
We got lashed out.
All the people have 0. It's not that. Anyway, Trippy Red with a super chat for $5.99. Thanks a million. Says congrats to Shawnee and the Crumlin boys reaching their All Ireland final.
There you go. Congrats, Shawnee. Congrats.
Yeah. So Shawnee and the boys are Crumlin United under 14s. Shawnee.
14s, yeah, under
14s.
14s.
All Ireland yesterday against Cherry Orchard up in Pearse Park.
Just to
You know,
clarify,
War.
Shawnee is not a player.
no, he's
He's
not
on the
playing. No,
management
no,
team.
he's on the
He's not
management
playing
team,
under
and
14s.
he's not the
It's not like
mascot.
Jay Spearing playing with the under 21. Johnny playing with the under 14.
Shawnee going out with fucking the big beard and I'm going, I'm playing centre half, boys. No, but Shawnee won around pens, Shawnee, into the final.
From 2-0
Yeah,
down.
a war of attrition. A war of attrition. We were 2-0 down in the first half, having not turned up, if I'm being totally honest with you. But yeah, the boys have done it quite a few times this season where they've turned around and we're flying. We're still on for the treble. We have another cup semi-final now in a couple of weeks in the League Cup, and um, the league title is, there's a point in it with 6 games to go. So yeah, they're right in the heart. And then obviously in Ireland and fun. But look up, credit to the lads, that unbelievable group of lads. I don't know whether Trippy Red was up watching the game or not yesterday, but my Jays is like the quality of football is outrageous for 14-year-olds. Like, it never stopped for the whole game and right into extra time. So yeah, now delighted. And now we've the final on the 12th, either the 11th or the 12th of May against Douglas Hall from Cork. So yeah, something to look forward to. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Fair play, by the way, Silver Charlie.
Yeah,
Throw that
fair
out
play
to
to
the
Trippy
charity,
Red, fair play to Shawnee, fair play to everyone. Well done to Crumlin. And into the final of that. And so Shawnee's just going around managing trebles. Like, it's fucking, look at him. It's fucking joke. And
No, it's
he,
not
He
all
was
the
on the phone.
Believe
no,
it or
it's
not,
not.
I'm
It's
learning
not
my
only
trade.
Shawnee. He's part of the management team up there, and fair play to them. And shall we give you an update on the final on the 11th or 12th of May?
Yeah.
I just know how it's going down. Emma, we've spoken just there about the Trent goal, but the one we can see it, a little bit unfortunate. Maybe we should have more fellas back in the box trying to block their right back being there. But the ball comes in. I think Robertson does quite well, just leaning your man out of the way, gets popped back in. Kwanzaa blocks it with his own head, doesn't realise what's going on, and then falls to Castagna and he buries it. And, you know, it's one of those where I always get annoyed at them ones when they drop and you don't have a midfielder or somebody getting on it, getting to the pitch of it. But it is what it is. But a reaction, because that's half time, more or less. That's half time. But a reaction is really good, isn't it? Because I thought we were excellent in the second half. You know, we could have easily come out there and carried on like it was the start of the game. And you've seen us at the start of games for the last couple of weeks where we were all over the place. But we don't. We come out and we assert ourselves and we get on it and we press high and we're winning it and we're creating stuff. And we eventually get that goal through Gravenberch. But I didn't like the goal, don't get me wrong, Emma, but I thought the reaction was really, really good.
Yeah, do you know, we just looked more like earlier on in the season, even though we were going behind, and we've been on here and other shows have spoken about it, and Matt, Ashley, Kev have spoke about it. Earlier on in the season, we didn't seem to panic. It was like everything is under control. And then for the last few weeks, we just seemed to lose the run of ourselves. And that kind of calmness kind of was back today. We didn't concede first, which was a big thing for the first time in a while. But I didn't think we were ever going to lose control of the game, and I think we've lost probably control of a few games previously. But to come out and just the second half, like, and I know he's always slag that we give a goal away on purpose. But I think that was probably, whilst it wasn't an excellent first half, it was probably our best first half in a long time in terms of controlling the play. To then go into the second half where I thought we pressed really well, we moved the ball quicker. We moved the ball quicker in the first half as well. We looked after the ball. We were only talking about it last week.
Yeah.
We seemed to look after the ball a little bit better. Still a few loose passes, not perfect, but it's never going to be perfect. But we just looked more assured in ourselves today. There was more energy, whether that's down to the changes or not. But there was more confidence. I just felt more confident in the team. And like the pressing, like winning the ball. I texted into the WhatsApp. we're like our old selves. We're winning the ball higher up. Even for the goal, like was it the first goal or the third goal where the Elliott intercepts it up high? I think that was Gravenberch's goal, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fulham
So even
tried to
that,
play
like,
out,
was,
and he gets a good interception, gives it to
yeah, I think
Gravenberch.
it was Wobie, was it? It was
Yeah, it
Gani
was.
Yeah,
passed by
Wolby was
Wobie.
trying to play it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But even that's kind of been missing the last few weeks. And look, you do go through a season and you have your blips. But today, and I know Keith was on a half joke and saying we're back, but it did feel a little bit like, Jesus, here they are now. Where's this been for the last couple of weeks? And maybe it is, like you said, the double-edged sword of players coming in and playing for their spot or playing for the last 5 games, a spot in the last 5 games. But it just seemed more kind of relaxed and more assured, a calmness around the team today. The goal, sloppy, yeah. Should somebody else have had that to allow Robertson, Mark, Castagna, but they always seem to leave somebody free at the back for some reason. Where they've obviously got stuff
Somebody
going
says there that
right.
Gakpo actually lets Castagna run off him. Anthony, he says Gakpo lets him go, free man running into the box.
Well, look, it is sloppy. It's not the type of goal that we have been conceding because it's just kind of bouncing around. We've been conceding these pullback goals, and we've been conceding goals that United have been fucking conceding. We only slagged them about it here only a couple of weeks ago. But that was a bit of a Keystone Cops. It was just somebody, I think Ashley said it earlier on, just somebody just put your bleeding laces through and get rid of it. But look, we handled it really well. Probably wouldn't have handled it as well in the last few games, but we seem to have our composure back. Our passing and moving the ball quicker, I think, has been a lot better. Was a lot better today as well. So,
Keith, Gravenberch gets the second one, and we've been accused. Well, not accused. The evidence is there. Liverpool have been trying to walk the ball in the goal a little bit for the last little while, and then while they're doing that, they're making the wrong decisions about passing when you should shoot and shooting when you should pass, sort of thing. But he's not fucking about. He gets the ball off to him. He's like, I don't give a fuck who's making what run. Gets it out of his feet, and he, like Shawnee says there, a bit of a paintbrush, stroke from Trent. This is more or less the same. This is just like, I'm just putting it in there off the post there. Like I said, I've kind of wondered about him over the last couple of weeks. Like, where is he? What's going on? But obviously, work being done in the background, and I don't know, get him up to speed physically, whatever it might be. But really good today. Like Emmett said, under the radar, good. And it's a really good finish. And to see us scoring goals from outside the box is a nice change. Instead of us trying to find runs and put it across goal and fucking miss tap-ins, he just takes it out of his feet and puts it in the corner.
Yeah, I think it's important that, we should be doing that. We don't do it enough, and this season, I thought with the McAllister, Szoboszlai type of profile coming into the midfield, they are players who are renowned for shooting from distance. And we have seen an increase in it, we've seen goals coming from deeper. But I enjoyed that one today because I haven't really seen much from Gravenberch to say that he has it in his locker throughout his career. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's really been a player that would be renowned for banging them in like that, and certainly not in his Liverpool career. He's taken shots from distance and they've always looked like snatched efforts and, rushed shots, little maggot killers that just trickle wide. Like, I've not seen any evidence. But that was a great strike today. And I think Harvey Elliott, as you touched on there, he does well to get the ball and play it in, because I thought he was having a tough game. The same as the League Cup game in there, because the crowd were on his case. And I think that helped Harvey Elliott as well. I know, look, it's a ball into your man scores the goal. It's not like he had to do too much with it, but I think that helped Harvey Elliott as well. But it was great to see Gravenberch doing that, because I think you need to have players. I'd say it's probably been the most frustrating thing recently is watching us try to walk the ball in. It's been no variation. It's been, extra touches when we haven't needed them. And the likes of Diaz is one of the most guilty for it, you know what I mean? But when you see a player like Gravenberch coming out there and just hopping one in, it was great to see. It was a great goal. I loved them when they smack in off the post as well, make a nice little sound. A big fan of that sort of carry on. And I just thought that it was a lovely goal. And I don't know if it's a new dawn for Gravenberch, because does he have a future? I don't know. Whoever the new manager is will decide that. But if we can get a player for the last 5 games that can come in, do what he done today, and add a few shots, why not?
I just think it adds variety to what we're doing. You know, if teams know we're just going to try play around and get down the sides, do things like that, they can just adapt to that.
Yeah.
Whereas, and you'll see Liverpool players in that position quite a lot over the last couple of weeks for me, and they look for a slide rule pass or a reverse pass to somebody, or they might even take a touch out of their feet and put it out to a fullback. Whereas this was just hit it, and I have no problem if you hit it and you hit the target or just wide or whatever, because it means then the next time you get into that position, they might press you for a shot, and then you can play ball around them. But when you're letting teams set, because you just know he's not shooting from there, he's going to play it out to a fullback, or he's going to try dink one over the top, so we can kind of drop off him and take our position. But to go in, it's absolutely brilliant. It makes it 2-1. I think we deserved it, you know. And somebody says there, and I will get it. Anthony says, a full time I thought, geez, it took some luck. We needed mistakes from them, but then he immediately thought, do you know what? Finally, capitalising on some mistakes from opposition, and we haven't been capitalising on stuff. And we've been the architects for our own downfall. Both ends of the pitch. Sorry, for me over the last little while. And today, it was different. We were intercept stuff like that Harvey Elliott one. You know, we might be in that position a couple of weeks ago because we're not quick enough back into position, or quick enough to, cut our passing lanes and stuff like that. Whereas today he is. He knows where it's going, he anticipates it, and he gets into that position to take it away and give it to Gravenberch. But, Shawnee, we've spoken about this player for a little while in Jota, especially when he was out. And he gets the third one. Again, good pressing by Liverpool. Not good pressing. It's into Gakpo, and it is good pressing. Gakpo gets it, and takes a touch, times it to perfection. And Jota comes in, and Neville on the commentary says something interesting. He says he just sets himself. He's not bothered by the defender, and I don't like Neville, you know this, but he just sets himself. He concentrates on what he's doing. It's a good shot. The keeper should probably do better, but he's setting himself and getting it on target. We've said he's going to be huge, Shawnee, in the run-in. He's going to be huge in the run-in, Shawnee. There's no bones about it. Because when he gets chances, he more than likely scores.
Yeah, he's the only instinctive finisher we have in the side at the moment. That's just being honest, because how do you say it? Mo is just miles away and being away where he needs to be. Darwin is not an instinctive finisher. Gakpo very much the same, and Diaz is a winger. So, and that's exactly what that was. The ball goes down in between the fullback and the centre back, and you know that every time, 9 times out of 10, he's going across goal into the side net, and at very least, he's walking the keeper. And if you're walking the keeper, that's the only way you're going to force the keeper into a mistake, if you actually have to force him to make a save. And that's exactly what he does. And keeper is poor, but it's just the most Jota the goals, and we've desperately missed him this season. I feel the Arsenal away game in the league, he is a game changer for us in that aspect, where you give him a chance and he gets a goal. Now he misses a poor chance against Palace,
Yeah.
but he's only back in. It's shit that he's been out, but I'm just delighted that he's back. He's gonna be huge if he stands any chance of winning this league, because he's the only. Fairness, Gakpo's been okay, and Diaz hasn't been bad, but that has to be the front three moving forward, I feel, to be honest with you, for the rest of the season. That's my front three for the rest of the season. Start.
What, today?
That's my start.
Today's front three?
Yeah.
I like it.
I think Salah 100% starts on Wednesday night.
But he shouldn't.
Shouldn't get anywhere near the team.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. But if I was to pick a front three for Wednesday night, I would go along the lines of Salah. I think Salah, Jota, Diaz could be our front three on Wednesday night, and
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing
yeah.
with you. I think Salah and Nunes come on. I
They've
don't think they
been
were any good
shy.
when they come
Let's
on.
call it a spade a shovel. They've been very poor. They've been very, very poor. Way off it, and it's just to our detriment. That's where we've lost. Like the chance, like whatever about missing chances, but just the all round game poor. Nunes comes on against Atalanta the other night and like doing things you'd forgive an 18, 19, 20 year old striker for doing. But it's not going to cut it. We need cutting edge, and Gakpo's been really good in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he
And
has.
Diaz has quietly been our best attacker this
You see,
season.
I'm playing Jota. I'm playing Jota through the middle against Everton because I know for a fact Everton are coming out on Wednesday night and they're parking themselves with fucking 9 players and a goalkeeper behind the ball at all times, and they're just gonna pray for us to put balls in the box, and we'll have to. And I think Jota is just that diminutive in there, whereas I think Nunes is good in the air. Don't get me wrong, Gakpo's not bad in the air. Diaz is quite good in the air, I think, but Jota just has that movement, getting in front of you, getting a header in, and like I was thinking earlier on today, and I said Everton Wednesday, what would I like? And I was literally thinking, please give me a goal in the first 10 minutes against them, because they won't change the way they're playing, but they leave themselves at a massive risk of going 2 down. Then they have to open up, and then Liverpool can hurt them. But that's for another day.
I think Nunes will start on Wednesday, and I think he'll look to run him for an hour and bring Jota in.
Do you?
Yeah, that's why. The fact they both dropped out today, I think they'll both come back in on Wednesday. Personally,
Yeah.
and I agree with Shawnee. By the way, I would play them 3 today.
Yeah,
James
James
done
is
more than enough to earn it.
It's
James
no
says
surprise that Gakpo has improved since he's been allowed to play on the left.
Yeah,
He's been played everywhere else other than his actual position, which is left. And since he's played out there the last couple of games, he's actually done really, really well.
I think he does really well down the centre when he's allowed to drop off. But I think with anytime I've seen Gakpo through the middle, it seems like he's been asked to go and pin himself against centre halves. This is not his game. He's a big fella. Don't get me wrong.
I think the big thing for me, and it's blatantly obvious, with Diaz or with Nunes and Salah, it's just off the cuff. There's no variation to that game. That literally, whereas if you get Gakpo knows I'll get a 1-2, I'll bounce off, I'll spin in behind and I'll go. He knows what he's going to do before he gets the ball. Whereas Nunes and Salah are very much playing on the whim, and that's all well and good when you're doing it and you're hockeying in goals. But the amount of times you just see them just so easily dispossessed of the ball and turned over, like attacks breaking down left, right, and centre with them because they're not looking after the ball enough, nowhere near well enough, and that's besides the missed chances. I think that's a huge thing in sustaining attacks. You have to know exactly what you're doing. Like Gakpo sometimes could take probably a touch or too much out of it, but he'll always retain possession. He'll always recycle and he'll keep hold on to the ball. Whereas the amount of times I've seen Nunes and Salah in the corner just getting pushed off the ball by a fullback or falling over the ball, or else holding up counter attacks trying to stand the centre back up, only to turn back inside. That's been the most frustrating facet for me for a while now, watching the two of them going, Jesus Christ. And it's normally, look, you can kind of forgive it when the boys are banging in goals, but they're not doing that. So I think you should really be looking at playing them 3 boys again, because they give you a structure in attack, and you see that it's better for midfield players playing around them and the fullbacks in the team, that the ball retention is just far better, I feel, with them boys in the team rather than getting turned on all the time. Like the Palace game, every attack they had stems from them turning the ball over, the 2 of them turning the ball over. So yeah, they haven't done anywhere near enough. And even coming off the bench today, their cameos are pony.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm not against what you've said. I just with them all them 3 starting today and Nunes and Salah being on the bench, I definitely think you'll see Salah. I'm not too sure on Nunes, but I would go with Jota. And I wouldn't even wait to play someone for an hour and put Jota on. I just go out and just fucking bury this. And then I can bring someone else on for you after an hour. And we go that way with it.
And can I just say as well, fair play to Gakpo. He took his medicine. He took his time on the sideline. He got on every now and again. Probably didn't set the world on fire. He's now played himself back into form. We've seen this loads of times before. Mata was gone. Gomez was gone, and their resurgence has been unbelievable. So Núñez needs to take his medicine now. Take your little trip on the sideline. Even Salah, I agree with Shawnee, and I would start the same tree again. But they need to take it on the chin. You will return to form, and you will get back into the team. You need to start playing the players based on performance rather than what they've done in the past.
Yeah, look, you do have to take on performances. But I still think I think he's taking a calculated risk today. But it's one that he needed to take. But I think, someone says they're known Klopp, it'll be Núñez, Salah, Diaz on Wednesday night. But I would absolutely be starting Diogo Jota on Wednesday night without a shadow of a doubt. Look, we could go on about the league and we could go on about where we are and what thing. But lads, it's just a case of there's 5 more to win. We have to win 5 more. Like Keith. Nothing else is going to do here. You win your 5, and as Shawnee said earlier, points you've dropped might kill you, but they might not. City didn't look great for me yesterday against Chelsea. Arsenal were okay against Wolves. We were okay, but you just have to win your 5, Keith, don't you? There's nothing else. Just win your 5.
Yeah, it's a pity they didn't have a league game yesterday, City, because they looked bollocksed. They looked absolutely gassed, and if they'd had a league game against Spurs or whatever, I don't know if that's who did you play yesterday? I don't know.
Spurs.
Was it Spurs? That would have been very good for them. And that's where you'd see the points.
I think they've Brighton on Thursday now.
Yeah, look, City are a juggernaut. We know this, and we can easily say it's because they cheated and all that. But the reality is, the players on the pitch are amazing, and their mentality won't allow them to drop. So we cannot afford to drop another point. To have any chance of being in the mix or at the end of the season, we have to win 5 out of 5. It's as simple as that. We let ourselves down the last 2 weeks with United and Crystal Palace. No excuses for that. There's nothing we can do now. If we drop another point, I cannot see where the others are going to drop. I could pick out in isolation games where I think Arsenal might drop points here or there. They've, United, they've Chelsea, they've Man City to play. Not Man City, sorry, Spurs. Anything can happen in those games, right? So, you can see the points being dropped there. City, it's a bit more dicey. Spurs away is always a tricky one for them. But for them to drop points, we need to be there to capitalise on it. And if we don't win 5 out of 5, we won't be capitalising on anything. And if we don't win 5 out of 5, the importance of today's win for me was Villa are breathing down your neck. Do you know what I mean? They're in great form. And we don't win today, they're only a kick in the bollocks behind us. And then you're dragged into a fight with them. And they're winning games. And we still have to go and play them, So everything, that little win today gets us back on the winning train. It allows us to look for this big week that's coming up now. 3 aways, Merseyside derby, all that sort of stuff. If we can get through this week with 3 wins, that's brilliant. And if we can then go into this Villa game and these other big games, Spurs, and come out the other side of that, we give ourselves a chance. If we don't, forget about it, And it is what it is. We didn't expect to be here at this stage of the season, if we'd have been honest, at the start of the season, but we put ourselves in there with a chance. We sort of blew it in the last few weeks, but look, it's not over yet. Let's see where we go. But it's important that we win them all. Cannot take it off. And today was good for that, because not only was it a win, it was a good performance. And it was a performance where there was a lot of changes made to the team, and it was a performance where lads came in and stepped up, which I think is always important. The likes of Gravenberch, the likes of Gakpo, the likes of Diaz on the wing. Diaz has been our best attacker, but he's on the right wing. He's doing different things. And Jota getting a goal, Trent getting a goal, coming back from injuries. It really was a good win today. And if that can set us up, happy days.
Yeah, it's for me, it's just win your 5 and as much as we're looking at Arsenal and we're looking at City, and in isolation you could say this could be a problem, that could be a problem. They could look at us and go, Everton could be a problem, Spurs could be a problem, Villa could be a problem. So it's all about who holds their nerve, and we need Arsenal to draw the game, and we need City to lose a game, don't we? So that's where we are with it, and you know, all we can do is go out now on Wednesday night and beat Everton. Before we finish, though, sausage of the week. Can I put Nottingham Forest out there as sausage of the week? Because that's fucking bananas. Shawnee, they're fucking bananas, aren't they? Like, a man Clattenberg must have been told, listen, you need to show some productivity here.
Was that real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real tweet from Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
I mean, the sentiment is right. It could have possibly been worded better.
So hold on, are they saying that this fella's a Luton fan who was reffing the game?
Yeah.
They basically said 3 penalties that he should have had. They advised the Premier League that the guy on VAR for their game was a Luton fan, and he still didn't change him. We're now assessing our options.
Which game? The Liverpool game?
No.
Everton.
Everton versus Forest game today.
They should have had
And
3
what happened?
penalties.
What were the decisions like? Were they bad?
I didn't see them.
Yeah,
Ashley Young moves his hand towards the ball. I'm sorry,
I think one of them definitely. I think
one
one of them definitely should be a penalty.
Ashley Young was involved in 2 of them.
Yeah, but the second one, is it the second one? I think is.
He takes it from behind. He doesn't. I don't think he even gets the ball. I was looking at it before we came on.
You want to put a pause in there,
Yeah,
or
you
a
want
comment
to throw a comment in there or something, Emma, to be honest with you.
Where?
In what you just said. But anyway, rewind there and have it. It doesn't matter.
He takes it from behind.
But yeah, does anybody want to?
Yeah, if that's real, then yeah, it has to be Forest.
But this is what they've brought.
Well,
on
their
themselves.
admin, not. I'm sure it's not the chairman.
I
It could very well be. He goes onto the pitch. He probably looks
Chairman.
after
I reckon it was a man who was on the pitch swinging who's at the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Chairman.
Phil
The
Murphy
chairman
says
and
3
Mark
stonewall
Flattenberg.
penalties in his opinion.
Yeah, I have.
Well,
Do you know what?
look,
I can't. I don't want to. I don't really like giving an opinion on the decision. I saw the tweet, and then it makes like something that Paddy Power would put out. Like,
Yeah. That's exactly what it was like.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't think it was real because I'm not on Twitter or whatever it's called these days. So I assumed that was a mick, like someone taking the mick, and I didn't see the decision, so I don't know whether it warranted like Mark Clattenberg coming out and telling the teacher, like, you know what I mean? Oh, you have a note from your man that he's a Luton fan, sort of thing. So yeah, bonkers. But look, listen, like, it's off the scale. It's just like, you're gonna get this now because it's really coming down to crunch whether who's going to come down. Sadly enough, well, not sad. Well, I don't really care, but I think that those 3 points today probably guarantees Everton's safety. Yeah, it's going to be funny when it comes down to all these deducted points, this, that, and the other, all these little needly issues that they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to do everything they can to kind of get back on their side. But that looks like an absolute reach, considering Mark Clattenberg is hired now by Nottingham Forest to make them decisions. Yeah, it's bananas. That's going to cause a bit of a civil war, a bit of unrest, you know what I mean, between them. So, yeah.
LFC Monty says Forest said he sent.
Fuck Nottingham Forest anyway.
I sent you a video there, Shawnee, of the 3 of them.
Forest.
Yeah, hold on, let me have a look. Brian Clough is a shy hawk as well.
Forrest said he sent 3 letters, 2 emails, and a bunch of flowers and some chocolates to PGMOL.
First one's a penalty. The first one, the boot on Nico Williams is a penalty. I'm watching here. That's a pen. They're being given all season.
Shawnee be back in the Forest suite now in a minute. Watch.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
He's signing the petition to sue the PGMOL.
First one's a pen. Second one is a pen. Last one is, I don't think it's a pen. But that they should, yeah.
Nobody takes him from behind.
If they're being consistent, that Nico Williams one is a pen. Like, that Nico Williams one is a pen. Like, there's no 2 ways about it. Yeah, mad. The Premier League, it's going to be a legal basket case at the end of the season with everything going on. It's going to be absolutely mad.
It is.
I genuinely believe we're going to get to the last day of the season and the final whistle's going to be blown and nobody's going to know who's relegated.
Yep.
Bar maybe 2. I reckon that whoever's 18th in the Premier League is up in the air.
Yep.
After the final. Which
The
is
thing is,
unbelievable.
the funny thing is, if Luton were to beat Everton when they play next Friday, I think, if they were to play that and win, Luton would then go in within 2 points of Everton, right? And then there's a couple of games to go, and Everton could end up in 18th on the last day of the season, but there are 2 points that they're protesting against. They're saying they'll have it done by the last day of the season, but what if they don't? So you could all have the season over. You'd be all sitting there, the season's over on the Monday morning to go, oh fuck, Forest actually got relegated because they haven't getting their points back. It's fucking.
They made an absolute horlicks of the league.
It's absolutely
it's ridiculous.
It's a couple of people in the chat are mentioning some about ads coming up during the live stream, right? I don't know what the fuck that is, right?
I think
I'm gonna just say
delay. I don't think it does if you're watching it live.
Well, there's ads coming up. Can I just tell you, I'm looking into it. About 7 of you have said it. I've said it 3 times in the chat. We're looking into it, and you just keep telling me about it.
YouTube's kind of heavy on. I notice YouTube being particularly heavy on lads lately. It's like
we don't change a single sentence to what we're doing. So I'm presuming what's happened is they've snuck something in where unless I untick a box, they're going to do this, right? I will have a look into it. I think
it's only if I was listening to the post.
No, these are saying that there's ads popping up in the middle of the live stream. Are they watching
it live or are they watching it slightly behind?
I don't know, but it's saying these are. James there is mentioning it as well. Anyway, we will look into it. It's probably a box that needs to be unchecked that we haven't unchecked yet, that didn't exist last week. All right, because the first time I've ever seen this going on, but we will look into it and change it.
Leave Cav alone, lads.
Fucking arsenal, yeah. Like as if I haven't got enough to be doing, Sean. No, I mean, I haven't done nothing. Anyway,
joke. You know the chat sausages of the week.
Yeah, sausages of the week.
Late contender.
It is. Ashley says it is. Yeah, it's happening live. We haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. We will look into it. As I said, it's probably a button we haven't unchecked. That's a new button that we need to uncheck, and we will do because we don't usually have ads on. I don't even know how to put fucking ads on during the live stream. So usually what happens is just so you let you know, we don't do anything like that. What we do is we insert the ads afterwards, and we usually put them about 7 or 8 minutes apart. Most YouTube channels have them 3 minutes apart. We don't. We have them somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes apart. All right, that's how we usually go. Anyway, the one, I have a question, and it got me thinking. Now, I was thinking international football, but you can go anyway as wanting this. The one jersey, anywhere, it doesn't have to be Liverpool, the one jersey you would like to see brought back for one season next year. Right? So that could be international football, it could be league football, it could be Liverpool, it could be anybody. One jersey, you just go, they should bring that back next year and play in it. It could be, I don't know, the Arsenal jersey from fucking 75. It could be the, I don't know, England or France or something. And I got thinking about it because I seen a clip the other day of, it was Liverpool in that yellow and black 93, 94 with all the black kind of liveaboards on it.
Badge,
right? Yeah, all over it. And the shorts off it is what caught me eye because I had the 3 rings around the shorts in gold on the black shorts, and I thought Adidas should definitely bring that shit back. But one jersey, you can bring it back for next season. It can be it can be for the Euros, it can be for league, it can be whatever you want, but you can only have one. Who wants to go first?
There's been some great jerseys over the years. Like I love the likes of the German 1990 and the Holland 89, 90. You know the
88 Holland
Soviet Union around that time, and Adidas were just knocking the
German away one. It was green.
The green one was lovely. Yeah, it was an amazing one. You know that whole suite of kits was just out of this world.
I'd go for a league one, you see, because you'd see it more.
Yeah,
international stuff you're only going to see kind of.
But you know what I do like? And look, Manchester United done this on the anniversary of Munich tragedy. I think it was the 50th anniversary or something, when they just basic.
Yeah,
They
against
just
Man
went,
City. City were the same.
no names, no nothing, just numbers.
It was
And just basic. City had a similar one, on the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think they look great. I think Denmark had one in the Euros, was it, when they read it? They read the names, read the branding was all red, and you couldn't see it, and I thought it looked amazing. Like, so I think minimal stuff. I think anything they could get looking minimalistic would be great.
Okay. Anyone want to pick one?
But my one was the Amber Liverpool one that you said. But I'll have to pick another one. I like the 89-90 one, the red one with the kind of sprays on it.
Flex.
I'd bring that one back, yeah.
Okay, you're going Liverpool, okay.
Or Ireland, 1988.
Okay.
Euro 88.
Well, Ireland won't be.
Euro 88 won over the Italian 90.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was my first
88
Ireland
was
jersey.
whopper.
Yeah.
But,
the mesh on the sleeves.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be watching Ireland, though. Shawnee.
Yeah, I just think, for me, it has to be the Liverpool goalkeeper kit has to be black and gold, always, for me. Like, I think we discussed this. I think the away kits, air colours should never change. I think we should have a yellow and a red one, and a grey and a red one. Or I'd love a Liverpool kit with white and black shorts. I remember, because they were all before, like...
Well, they did do that in 13-14, with white and black. 13-14
yeah,
white and black.
White with the red stripes. I like a white jersey with the red stripes, the black shirt. I think with the crown. See, for the majority of my life, Liverpool kids been poor. I'd love us to see us.
You'd like to go back to red, white, yellow. That's the three jerseys.
Yeah, I love
grey every now and again.
I love a like we don't near have enough.
But the grey only comes in the late 80s.
Yeah, but then it's gone again.
The 2009 grey one was nice.
Yeah,
the 2009 grey one with like a chest pattern on it, and the red, like that always reminds me of Torres Old Trafford away. To be honest with you, I'd love to see Liverpool and Adidas again, because although I like this year's night kit, I think I'm not a big fan of night gear.
It's all very samey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit pony, to be honest with you. Like I know they're paying us a lot of money, and all the mock-ups the next year's one them a bit. I don't know, but that's always the case. But if I was to bring back one jersey, it would be probably a grey and red. I'd love to see a grey and red Liverpool away kit. Okay. I just really like it. I've always liked. What one was on? The one, what was it? Another lovely one was the Marseille away, Gerrard's goal, the black one.
Black and red one.
Oh, the black with the kind of white that come down, started here and ended down here. That was lovely.
I think Liverpool and Adidas are synonymous with each other.
I'd have Adidas back tomorrow.
Yeah, but see, football is too.
If I was to pick one, I'd pick...
What is that made? Absolutely.
Remember the time they made the one with the odd socks and all? It was fucking deadly. He made a jersey with odd socks in 13-14.
New Balance have made the best home Liverpool kits in a long time. I love the one, I think it's 17-18 with the real dark one with the big neck with the white on it, when Van Dijk signs. Yeah. I love that kit. Yeah. Absolutely love that kit. And then the kit we win the league in 1920 is gorgeous as well. I think red and white pinstripes is a tap in for anyone who's going to make a Liverpool jersey, except for this bleeding abomination night plan on putting
the one for next year is all over the show. It's just like a load of bleeding there.
It's not even
did a load of material left and they just went here. That's all we have to work with.
It's YNWA spelled out in gold.
Yeah, behind the crest, which is appalling.
It's just
that's rubber, by the way, as well. That's rubber.
It's just so the knockoff ones look brutal. It's just that's what they're doing is that they're trying to make it more difficult for the kids to be caught, because like, I don't want to get you in trouble and all, but DHK and all these AliExpress and all the kids that are knocking out these days. are unbelievable. No, but you know yourself, you
Yeah,
really have
yeah.
customs. They really it's really, really hard to tell the difference these days. And to be honest with you, who has the money to be bleeding shelling out 100 quid on the bleeding kids in the kids
Well,
Liverpool jersey?
I'm gonna go a bit different. I'm gonna try to get everyone back into Serie A, and I want a Sampdoria jersey from around the time Mancini played for them. Because Mancini just looked absolutely fantastic in Sampdoria jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get everyone back into Serie A. But look up Mancini, Sampdoria, and the jerseys. They were
Everyone
just,
looked great in that era. Lombardo looked great, and he was a baldy fucker.
The
He
big
looked
collar.
great in them jerseys. Them shorts were amazing. Real Hulla, fucking Gianluca Vialli, amazing kid. Sampdoria.
well, honestly, go and look at Sampdoria, man. Just type Mancini Sampdoria into your Google machine there, and you will see it's fantastic. So Sampdoria, bring that back next year. Are they even threatening being relegated? Maybe they are, I don't know. But anyway, if they are, it doesn't matter either way. To get them back on the bike, bring back the jerseys from the early 90s with Mancini.
Just be warned that you might see a picture of David Platt in a similar jersey, and he has a head like a melted welly.
Yeah, that's true as well. Don't look for that. Make sure in the Google search it has David Platt, and the little line through it that does not include David Platt. One of those.
David Platt of Coronation Street fame.
Yeah, him. Yeah, that's it. Right, before we go, our fundraiser is in the description. Please donate if you can. If you can't, fair enough, share the link, the usual. We're going to get to 10 grand for fan support and food banks and the Lighthouse. We don't care how long it takes. It's going to take longer than any of the other ones, from by the looks of it. But if you have a fiver, throw it at us. Phil's one is in there as well. His one for Laura Lynn is there as well. So as we always say, if you have a fiver or a tenner spare, give a fiver to him and a fiver to us, and we keep these trucking on. Phil is kind of like, if we can get to this or we can get to that, and I'm like, no, we're getting to 10 grand for us and we're getting to 5 grand for you. It's like, it's not a huge amount of money when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, but it's a huge amount of money and a huge change in direction for these charities as well. So they are all in there. Football prizes, the latest one, talking about goalkeeper jerseys, signed and framed Allison jersey with custom LEDs on that. 15 instant prizes as well. $3.95 a ticket. It ends tomorrow night, Monday, or I think 7 p.m. So the link is in the description for that as well. You want to click on it and get yourself a ticket. Well worth to go. A lot. And football prizes. Allison, if you're into goalkeepers, there, go for that. Emma, anything else before we go?
No, all good.
Good stuff. Keith, anything else before we go?
No, all good.
All right. Shawnee.
Yeah, they were actually,
yeah.
I was listening, that Baby Reindeer on Netflix is off the charts.
Deadly.
What the fuck's this?
Deadly.
Honest to God, I'm not joking you. Head was in the bin watching it, and then do you know what?
What is it?
I sit down there today, and you never get. Honestly, I watched the whole thing, right? Watched the whole thing in a day, right? And I'm sitting there then, and I don't know what it is when you flick whatever it is about algorithms or everything. Flick on YouTube, and then there's an interview from your man that wrote the show, and it's based on a true story. And then he just comes out and says, "Yeah, like the whole thing is about my life and what happened to me." And I'm going, "What the
madness?"
Honest to God,
but
I swear.
Censored
It's a 7-parter. It's a 7-parter on Netflix. They're only like a half an hour episode. The comedy drama.
It's you know what? It's like, have you watched Black Mirror?
It's a comedy drama.
Yeah, it's done like a
comedy.
Yeah,
you can call it that, yeah. I'm not telling you.
It's not that funny. It's deadly.
It's a black comedy.
Right, okay.
On a black comedy, it'd probably be putting on mildly. It's the maddest thing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely brilliant. It's the closest thing anyone else has kind of done to Black Mirror, I think, since the early Black Mirror episodes.
And it's a true story.
The thing about this is that it's a true story.
Right, I'll have to look at it.
Mad. Really
Baby Reindeer, is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's number one on Netflix at the moment. It's played.
Fair
it's
enough.
A half blame wall madness.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I'll have a gander at that tomorrow.
You watch it, Keith?
Yeah, I watched it all, over the last couple of days. It's fucking deadly.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what the mad thing was? Know who recommended it to me? Me ma.
There you go. It's deadly. It is deadly.
Right.
Anyone that hasn't
Anyway,
watched it, get on it.
if you've nothing to do during the week, watch Baby Reindeer. There you go.
Telling you,
And
you'll watch it, right? And the first episode, you'll be like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And then it just hit you. It's very, very good. Stick with
right.
it if you do give it a watch. Brilliant.
Okay, good stuff. Right, there you go. Recommendations and everything to watch some mad stuff during the week. We should be back tomorrow night, back at the foot. That should be me and Phil looking back at the weekend and talking all things football. Of course, we will be here on Wednesday night with reaction to the Merseyside derby, and then as many other shows as we can throughout the week. Working our way back up to the weekend away at West Ham. Are we early 12:30 against West Ham now? Because Arsenal entered the Champions League and stuff like that. Fair enough. Right. Anyway, we better go because Shawnee's found out something else here and God knows what it is.
Gavin Wall said, I heard Marta is the United supporter.
All right,
That'll
so
make sense when you.
that'll make sense when you watch it. Okay. Right, here we go. We're out of here. Thanks to Emmett, thanks to Shawnee, thanks to Keith, thanks to everyone in the chat, thanks to YouTube for throwing loads of ads in there and allowing people to wreck my fucking head for the last, hour and fucking 10 minutes. And yeah. Hit the like, subscribe, become a member if you want to. And if you're listening back on your download, rate and review us. That's what all the podcasts say nowadays, isn't it? Rate and review us there. Give us 5 stars. It helps more people listen. Something like that. Talk to you in a bit. Over now.